welcome to We'll See You Media, and I'm your host, William Upchurch, and I'm hoping you're having a good day so far. It's Friday. Yeah, the start of the weekend for some people. I hope it goes speedily for you, and I hope it's productive. Real quick today, we're going to hit some quick topics because I'm at work right now, and I got to make sure I'm available for when that bell rings. So we're going to hit, it's Tampa Bay Buccaneers week. Philadelphia Eagle fans, stand up. It's Tampa Bay Buccaneers week. Baker Mayfield's been running off his mouth a little bit, so we're going to talk about it, right? And some quick injury update, as well as we're going to finish off with a little Jalen Hurts real quick. You know what I'm saying? But before we start, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment in below, and become part of the family. Here at We'll See You Media, you know what we're going to do. All right? We're going to build each other up. That's all we about. That's all life is about, right? So, without further ado, let's talk about them Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Some say it's a curse that they have on us, and some say that they just have our number. Is it true? Well, I believe it's not. I believe there's no curse, and I also believe that it's not true. They don't have our number, and yes, they have beat us the last few times. I mean, September 29th, they beat us 33-16. That was last year, I believe, week 2. And in week 2, we were without Devontae Smith. We was without A.J. Brown. And we were also without the defense that came along as the year went along, right? Our defense wound up gelling together perfectly. And then at that point, that's when we had the team that we knew could do some work in a late postseason. And they went on and beat the Super Bowl, right? The year before that, they did kick us out the playoffs, and they beat us 32-9. And who was missing from that game? A.J. Brown was missing from that game. Devontae Smith had a good game. However, we got beat up on, and that also was the year where we started off, we kept winning. We kept finding ways to win, and that was the narrative. And we just went into what Nick Wright and Bro from First Things First, they call it the supernatural funk, right? So we went into the playoffs playing like that. They beat us down Tampa Bay. All right, cool. But that was without A.J. Brown. What I'm trying to say here is that Tampa Bay Buccaneers have not caught the full Eagles. What I'm saying is this time we're going down there with A.J. Brown. We're going down there with Devontae Smith. We're going down there with Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, et cetera. You get what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is it's going to be different this time. Not only that, they changed things up just to, it's good to change things up. They changed things up. They're going down a day earlier, and I believe they're going down today. They should be down there either right now or they'll be taking off soon to try to get a little bit of, to get acclimated to the heat, right? But it's more so of a mental thing. Vic Fangio also commented and said he is nothing but a mindset, right? So if they're going down there with that type of mindset, the only reason they're going down there early is just to make sure that their mind is right. Now, Baker Mayfield had a lot to say about this, and I'm going to read it off to you real quick. Baker Mayfield said traveling a day early won't help the Eagles with the heat. I get it. Again, we're talking mindset. But let me show you some of the other things he said. He said that is a waste of time, waste of the team's time. He said that it won't be enough time to make a difference, and that focusing on the weather is something that could backfire on the Eagles. He said we'll have a good game plan, obviously, to try and tire these guys out. Mayfield also said advantage for us. We're in Tampa, the heat. They're not used to that. I know there's already been the stories that broke about them coming down to Tampa a day earlier. I don't necessarily think that helps them. One day doesn't get you acclimated to this humidity. I think, honestly, it makes them think about it more when they get down here earlier. I'm glad Baker feels that way. Again, heat is nothing but a mindset. So he could come in the game thinking that we thought that way, thinking that, oh man, this heat is going to be something now that's just in their brain. Why? Because I guess that's what he thinks is going to happen. But I do know that when you decide to make something your mindset and you set a goal and you say, this is what we're going to do. And even if it's not something that can help, just the belief like, all right, we came down here. We ready. We doing something different. They know what they down there for. They know what the rest of the world's saying. They know they saying that, oh, man, this is the team that should be able to beat the Eagles since we've already sent them Dallas on a platter. We already sent them to Kansas City hoping that Kansas City would just get their win back, get their lick back, right? And then we went ahead and said, all right, we'll let the Rams go get them because the Rams almost got them last year at the end of the season. We appreciate it. Thank you, NFL, for this revenge tour that you allowed our opponents to be able to try to get the upper hand on us. Just keep winning. Them boys just keep winning. They finding ways to win. So, yeah, I understand. They just say it's one day. You're right. You might not get used to the humidity, but it's a mindset. It's the mindset. Through life, the mindset carries a lot of weight. It carries a lot of weight. So I ain't going to spend too much time on that. Listen, them boys is going down there earlier, and they're ready. There is no curse. They don't have the number on us. We going down there with our defense this time. We're going down there with our defense. It's not where it needs to be, but it wasn't where it was last year in the beginning. They got to worry about A.J. Brown now. They got to worry about Devontae Smith. They got to worry about Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. We just got to call the right plays and make sure that we are playing our game. We're not just trying to be one-dimensional. Kevin Patello, let's get it. Get it working. Which brings us to the next part because there are a couple injuries. I'm sure you all heard that Nolan Smith is now on the IR along with Darius Cooper and Jakarian Bennett. Nolan Smith strained his tricep, the one that he tore in the Super Bowl. So he'll be out for a while, and I believe the earliest day he could come back will be November 10th against the Green Bay Packers. Hopefully they keep him out for that game as well because you want to make sure that it's fully healed and he's ready for the rest of the season as well as the playoffs, postseason, and hopefully Super Bowl. Real quick, though, everybody came back to practice that was not put on IR. I'm talking about Bond, Campbell, Adoree Jackson. They're all back, full participants. So they will be making the trip and definitely will be in the game, which I kind of already figured that. The other part was Jakarian Bennett. I'm sorry, I might be butchering your name, brother. My apologies. He's on IR. So now that gives us Kelee Ringo as the backup to cornerback 2. But if you also notice, and I'm pretty sure you also heard, that Vic Fangio has already said that Kelee Ringo will get his shot. And I believe he will. And not only that, I also believe he will perform better than he did in the preseason. We saw Chase from the Bengals. He was eating him up. He was getting him. And that was Kelee Ringo not playing with the first team. He was playing with, I believe, the second team. That doesn't say anything. He should be able to still, he should have performed. That was his opportunity. Because the spot was up for grabs. But I think he will perform better alongside the first team because whenever you play with the greatness of the runs surrounding you, they can hide some flaws. But I also think throwing him in the fire and what he received when he played against the Cincinnati Bengals, I believe all that's eating at his head. And I don't mean in a bad way. I mean that he was able to take an experience and grow from that experience. Yes, it wasn't that long ago, but now if they give him that shot, he'll be back in the fire again. And all you can do is grow from the experience that you have as you play. If you don't, that's when, as a professional, that's when, yeah, you're either going to be sitting or you're going to be on another team. Or you're finding the best thing that you can do and you're performing that well for the team that you play for. You know what I mean? But I really hope that he gets it together and I hope he succeeds. Real quick, let's hit the Jalen Hurts pick right now. Jalen Hurts, he's always a topic of conversation in the media, and you know, they just hate on Jalen, man. They just hate on Jalen. I don't know why. Oh, I do know why, right? And he's a good person off field, good person on field. He has great leadership, and he's not the typical quarterback. All right, and for the not typical quarterbacks, they always have a problem in the league, right? But the problem, the thing about it, not the problem, the thing about it is, the man can throw the ball, right? He's just not asked to do it as much. And for some reason, people have this thing in their brain where, oh, if he throws the ball 35 times or more, that is not his strength. He won't be able to do it. He won't be able to beat you. Us Philadelphia fans know better than that, and those that actually watch games where he does do it know better than that. They all forget about the first year we went to the Super Bowl. The man was throwing all over the place. He was throwing all over the place. So, real quick, my man Verse from the LA Rams, he went on to say this about Jalen Hurts. I know a lot of people go like, oh, he can't throw. He's only a runner. The bleep can throw, Verse said. He's a bleep quarterback in the National Football League for a reason. Like, I don't know why people are saying that. And, you know, he played against him. Now, you know, Verse and Philadelphia, we had this mixed relationship because he said some stuff, but it's all fun and love, you know what I mean? He spoke good about the quarterback. And then, not only that, Chase Daniels, for those that follow any type of media and knows Chase Daniels used to be a quarterback in the NFL, but as far as his takes on Jalen Hurts, it has been horrible. He sometimes gives him some gratification, some positivity, but for the most part, I feel hate. And yes, we all are entitled to our opinions, but sometimes I don't know, our biasness or whatever's the reason, we don't want to see what everybody else is seeing. You know what I mean? And I mean everybody else like Philly, those that actually watch the game and don't have nothing else against them. You feel me? And he went on, and I'm actually going to show you a picture of it if I can. He went on to say Jalen Hurts is not the problem. And this is his website, Quarterback Film. If you want to take a look at it, he's going to give you some good things. He's also going to give you some bad things, like I said, because he's who he is. He still feels his way about Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts is playing at an all-time level, man. Show that quarterback some respect. Show that man some respect. Or don't. We'll take it. That's the Philly way. But anyway, listen, I'm going to put out that list about, you know, the key points I think the Philadelphia Eagles should focus on to win this game. I'll put that out a little later, hopefully. But yo, let's get ready for this weekend, man. Philadelphia Eagles versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers think it's sweet. They think they got this over top of us. Nah. Philadelphia Eagles are ready. I hope you all watch the game. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'm William Up Church, and I'm out. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Friday, and you know, motivate somebody today. Challenge you. Motivate somebody today. Lift them up today. I don't know. One smile, one handshake, one hello could change somebody's life, or just their day for the day. Who knows? Big ups.